What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I thank you all for tuning in. And if you have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, you know they are all welcome. Tonight, we are going to talk a little bit more about this 12th pick. Look, everybody, has their own opinion about how they feel about this trade. And look, I get it. We're missing out. We're seeing all these pro days from Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase and all these wonderful names that we thought could be Philadelphia Eagles. So it's disheartening to see that. Yes, it is. But the one thing I try to find peace in is the fact that there's a lot of talented players in this draft, and we could still walk away with a very talented player at pick 12 in this upcoming draft. So thought we could take a look at some of the top options on offense or defense. So I wanted to hear your opinion. Are you going offense or are you going defense at pick 12? So, I don't know exactly who's going to be available at 12. I don't know if the Eagles are going to be picking at 12. They could trade back. They could trade up. You never know what Howie Roseman's thinking, but and I don't know what the other teams are thinking. So whether or not other teams trade in front of us or whatever the hell happens, thought we could take a little gander at some possible options that would possibly be there. So, yeah, and of course, look, King, let's be real here. We all know Howie Roseman is the one in control. He's the GM, but we got to hope that Andy Weidel has some kind of say. We got to hope that Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon all have some kind of say. And what they say matters to Howie Roseman. He actually takes it to heart. He listens to the scouts. He listens to people that know football rather than going out here trying to be the smartest guy in the room when really you've just gone out and become a big ass clown. So he's already made a move, where he's got out of the sixth pick into 12th. So now people are already pissed off at him. A lot is riding on this draft, man. I'm gonna show you a couple pictures here, but yeah, I'm gonna agree with you 100% with this comment here. Jaycee Horn, oh Lord, if he is available, if someone like the Cowboys don't take him, I would love to have Jaycee Horn in this offense. The guy didn't even allow, I think he had 9 catches he allowed. This dude fits Philadelphia. He is Philadelphia. We talked about this last night on the 4th and John show. Jaycee Horn was the guy I went with. I just really feel that he's very talented. So, we'll start with defense. Let's take a look at, some of the guys that could be available at 12. And, Jaycee Horn I have at the top of the list here. But, maybe Micah Parsons is still there. And I know a lot of people like Micah Parsons. He has some off-the-field issues that are very concerning to me. And I know a lot of other people. So I'm not sure if we go that route. And it's the Eagles. Let's be real with ourselves. Don't know if we go linebacker in the first. And there are some options at 37. I'd be ecstatic if the Eagles would go with someone like a Zaven Collins, a Nick Bolton, if they're available. Maybe they trade back into the first round at the end there. Not sure what the Eagles' game plan is, but we talked about that last night. The topic was, would the Eagles, make another trade in the first? And I think that's definitely a possibility. But if you're looking, for some secondary help, there could definitely be some options there. Patrick Surtain from Alabama, my Lord, he's a stud as well. I think that if I had to choose, I'm going Jaycee Horn. So I'm with you, King. Let's be real here. I just think he fits. And Patrick Surtain, I feel old now because I watched his damn dad with the Dolphins. He played for the Chiefs then too. So, it's wild, but the kid's good. And you don't always just think that, the kid's dad was good, so he's going to be good. That's not how it works. But that kid is effing good, and you don't just make it to Alabama not being good. So we'll see. That's what really made me mad because we might move right behind the Cowboys and the Giants. So on the 4th and John show, we were talking in Prime. Prime was pissed. He was like, look, the thing that pisses me off the most is the fact that we moved behind the Giants and the Cowboys, and I got the opportunity to talk next, and I was like, I'm going to 100% agree with you. That is obviously one of the most concerning things because it's like, whoever they pick, it's going to piss us off because it's going to be a talented player. There's some really, really talented guys in this draft, so we'll see where they go. But, he ran a 4.3. I think it was like a 4.39, but I think everyone's running a 4.38, 4.39 at these pro days of theirs. The combine, obviously, is not being held right now, so we have these pro days, but everyone's fast as hell. But with him, you watch it, he actually he seems to be somebody that, like I said on the show, he's somebody that sticks like glue to people, and I think he would be the perfect complement to Darius Slay. This defense, man, Jonathan Gannon, obviously he was a defensive backs coach. Most of the work he's done is with defensive backs. So I think that's going to be, to get a good secondary, you replace Jalen Mills with Anthony Harris. You replace Rudy Ford with Andrew Adams. Those are some good replacements there. And then, you're getting younger and you got to draft. You got it. You have to draft there. If you look at the cornerback room, you got some free agents there like Strap. He's a free agent, and Nickel Roby-Coleman. I'm not sure they come back to this team. So right now, wow, Darius Slay, that's all you got. Avonte Maddox, he cannot be your outside corner. That can't happen. Michael Jarquette, oh, Lord, he had his struggles. I mean, all these guys, I just really, there's the Levert Hill kid from Michigan. I mean, there's so many random names on this roster. So you got to address corner in the draft. And I think with this 12th pick, you could do that with Jaycee Horn. If he's not there, I'd be perfectly fine with Patrick Surtain as well. I'll pop this back up here. But I think that, there's definitely going to be some options. I know Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is kind of a reach there at 12 in some people's opinion. And look, he's not that inside linebacker, coverage linebacker necessarily that you're looking for. So I'm not sure that's the route the Eagles go. And the same kind of goes for Micah Parsons, to be real with you. I'm not sure he's that linebacker that we need, that nickel linebacker that we truly need, a coverage linebacker. Not even Alex Singleton is that guy. And we don't know what we got in Davian Taylor. We don't, some of these guys are big question marks. So I don't know. And then you see a random one there, Christian Barmore, Alabama kid. And Fletcher Cox isn't getting any younger, but he's the biggest cap hit. So whatever you're doing with him, I would have loved to have seen him restructure to give us more money. But a lot of people felt his play fell off, but he was injured, and I thought he stepped it up. And with Hargrave, I think, we have depth there. We definitely have depth at defensive tackle. That's actually the place I feel the most comfortable, bringing back T.Y. McGill there. I think we'll be fine there. I don't think we go with Christian Barmore, but I had to throw him up there because he is a talented guy. So this Facebook user says defense, linebacker, or cornerback. Look, there was definitely a couple of both of those guys up there that you just saw, and I would be okay with pretty much not any of those names, but the linebacker, cornerback combinations we saw there. Yeah, we need that desperately, and the Eagles need to put some emphasis. I talked about this last year, guys. We needed to get a damn outside corner, and no, Avonte Maddox is going to be fine. No, he is a nickel corner and a free safety. He's a defensive back. He's one of those guys, like a Graylin Arnold that he just helps out. He's depth. Okay, great. Love the guy, but let's be real here. He's not an outside corner. We found out the hard way, got rid of Sidney Jones. Here we are. Got rid of Rasul Douglas. Here we are. Think Slay is a bounce back year? Yes, I do. It wasn't bad, but dude, he went against DK. He also went against like DeAndre Hopkins, yes, and Adams. So, oh my God, he had a rough one, man. And this whole team was rough. The defense was out there way too much, and I think we gave up way too many opportunities for the offenses to beat our asses. So I think with a much better defense that knows what they're doing, they're going to allow Darius Slay to shine, and getting a corner like Jaycee Horn, they're both going to allow each other to shine. And I think that would be a no-brainer move for me, man. I just think that's what it is. And if Maddox is your slot, okay, but maybe in like the third round, even second, I wouldn't go Asante Samuel Jr. Think he might fall. There's just some concerns, but the dude's a baller. He really is, and he can tackle, which love you, Asante, but his dad wasn't necessarily the best tackler in the world, but the dude was a playmaker. Let's be real. But he's got to be the defensive back help. That's all. He's got to be the hybrid guy that, just like I said, Graylin Arnold, he cannot be that outside guy. You have to get someone like Jaycee Horn. He is your proven starter outside. Love the dude. What up? What's going on, man? Another James in the building. Always nice. Talking about going linebacker, dude, we're talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. Who are you thinking? Do you want to go defense? Right now, we started off with the King took a swing with JC, and that's what I've been going with ever since we made that trade. And we talked about this before it happened. We could trade back possibly and focus on the defense. We were all talking about weapons, and we're going to get into some of the weapons that could still possibly be available at 12 in a second here. But defense, man, it's very important, and we have a lot of damn holes all over the team, but defense especially. Do I think Bradley's going to turn out to be good? Sean Bradley was a good pick, I thought, in the 6th round. We all love him. Temple kid, Temple tough. That's great. But the thing is, another guy that I'm not sure, he's that nickel linebacker that you're looking for. I really don't think that he is that guy. Davian Taylor, he's raw. That's what you hear, but he really is, and he needs a lot of work. So I'm not sure what kind of work they're going to do, but Jonathan Gannon got to see a lot of Darius Leonard. That should help. Maybe we go after someone, like I said, as Zayvon Collins, Nick Bolton, maybe trade back in the 1st, make something like that happen. Not sure if we go there at 12. I know we don't like emphasis on defense. So Tay Gowan, not going there at 12. I'll be real with you. I looked at a lot of names, and I just put the top 5 that I think the Eagles would probably be looking at. But there's so many damn options here. And I think we honestly could still trade again. Like, that's how ridiculous Howie Roseman is. It's just like, dude, you break, like, my soul when I get excited about super awesome players. And then we're like, here we are again. No awesome player. And it's like, well, okay, we're at 12. We're going to get in the offense in a second here. Do we know what Gannon will want in linebackers? No. I think he's going to want some good ones. That's definitely something I think he'll want, obviously. I'm just busting balls. But look, man, like I said, he got to see Darius Leonard. He got to coach him. And I think, he was a defensive back coach. He didn't really coach him, but he was coaching in that, whole scheme. Everything, I think, points to at least putting some kind of emphasis at linebacker. So I think he will want to have some good linebackers. I think he'll be like, look, man, it's this league is changing. You got to have bigger guys that can cover some of these tight ends, running backs, certain situations. And I think it's a no-brainer. We thought, we could get a guy in Will Parks that could play a hybrid role. Not something I thought, worked out well. Obviously, I didn't think we should have given up that easily, but hey, man, that's the Eagles for you half the time. And I really just, I don't know, man. They piss me off more than anything half the time. But I'm trying to be positive, and I don't know, man. If you guys have any more on defense, hold on one sec. Got a message here. Anyways, sorry about that. My apologies. But defense, is something I think we should do. And Jaycee Horn, and look, I like it. Tay Gowan, it's a nice name you want to throw out. Anybody else have any other names that I didn't have on that list? I don't think I've seen anybody other than Tay thrown up there, but I thought, those were the guys that were most possible at 12. But maybe someone like that at 37 if they fall. If you don't go corner in the 1st round, maybe. I don't know. There's so many options in later rounds that I think you could get this bad boy. I don't think this team's as far off as everyone, says it is. Dumpster fire. Why did all these, awesome vets that we love restructure then? Why are they coming back? So I don't know, man. We'll see. Buyer beware with those Alabama DBs. Yeah, I'm not so sure about Surtain. I talked about that the other day on the show, and I think that he's definitely really good. I'm not sitting here saying Patrick Surtain isn't, but I'm going with Jaycee Horn, man. There's no question marks for me about him. I think that he's a no-brainer pick for us. I really, really like him. As long as Howie's picking, it'll be a wasted pick, non-Pro Bowl player. Well, I love the optimism, but I'm hoping that we actually get a good player here at 12. Any free agent left that you'd like to see the Eagles bring in? Oh, yeah, man. There's lots of free agents, man. We talked about that in last week's show. Check out those episodes, bro. We had some real good names brought up, and then you watched a lot of them. They fizzled out, and, we said don't get excited because during that initial wave, we probably would get 1 or 2 names that and maybe surprise some people because of the fact that the salary cap's going up next year. So maybe some of these guys would sign a 1-year deal. We got that exact thing with Anthony Harris. And let's take a gander at this, man. Not only did he sign a 1-year, $4 million deal. Let me find it real quick. All right, there it is. But take a look at this cap hit. $1.7425 million cap hit. Now that's a great move by Howie. I mean, I don't care what you say, whatever's going on there. Like it's being smart. And look, I know Flacco, we all feel a certain way about his money, is the incentive of $4 million. But look at this cap hit, man. $1.56 million. Those are great moves, man. And then, we talked about the fact that we signed the tenders, or Singleton and Greg Ward signed their tenders. They're back like $850,000, both cap hits. Like those are good moves, and those are the only moves you're really going to be making right now because of that cap situation. But as I said, next year it's going up. We get more money, so it's going to be better times ahead, man. So that's why we're looking at a lot of these draft picks, because this is where we need to focus. And, yes, like there's plenty of free agents. Like I think one of the lists I still have on here, I got rid of most of them, but the corners that were, still available, some of these guys might be gone because this is from like a couple of weeks ago. But there's still some guys out there that I think that could come in and help at areas that, you could use a veteran, not just, drafting people. But we have 11 draft picks, so you're going to have a lot of young guys. But you need veterans. You need to have guys that are helping these guys grow, not just the coaches. So it's a young coaching staff. And I think some veteran players would definitely would do us good. So 11 picks here. Excited. So whether or not we go offense or defense is definitely going to, dictate what we do in the next couple rounds, I think. But throughout, I think with those 11 picks, you probably got to imagine, 6 or 7, I would think, maybe go to defense. It just really depends. I think you go with the best player available throughout this draft because you have so many damn holes and you're retooling, but you're really just rebuilding the team up, and there's no real hope that you're contending. So you got to get the best players available wherever you're at. And we talked about the fact that we have 4 picks in the top 84. That's freaking awesome. So better make some moves. But let me take a gander here. Rather have young homegrown players. I'm excited about that. Exactly. And that's the thing. And I'm not trying to blow you off with the free agents, but check out that video, man. There's a lot of free agents still left. And I think that you'll see that throughout time, but we're focusing on the draft right now. And if there's some guys we want to fill in and they get cheaper as the days go by, you know what I mean? Because there's really, you see all the guys that really had anybody calling, they already got a job. So it's like the kids we want to look forward to are, like you said, the draft. So we're looking for the homegrown talent, and that's what we're going to get, man. And I'm with you, dude. And I've been saying that for a long time. I think Jalen Hurts, we got to at least give him a chance. Why people are so down on him, I don't understand it. I think he really will surprise people because we loaded up with guys that are literally dudes that have worked with quarterbacks and receivers their whole career. So it's like, oh, you got Sirianni, you got Steichen, you brought Brian Johnson in, Kevin Patullo, all guys, dude, they're all going to be working with Hurts. And I think he's already shown with the work he's doing, working out, and look, I don't care about workout, but he's just like, yeah, well, while other people are out punching deer in the face, this dude's out here working and he's ready to be the leader of this team. And you can hear whatever chatter and we'll see, like, there's a name I threw up here, but that's just because this is who the Eagles are. But I really have some hope for Jalen Hurts. So, but I'm going to throw this offense, some of these offensive players I want to talk about up. This is if they're available. I have no idea if they're going to be there, but potential offensive picks at 12. Man, you're talking about Heisman Trophy winner Devonta Smith. And then the guy who I don't think Devonta wins the Heisman if Jaylen Waddle would have played this year, but, an injury kept him out, came back, trying to play for his team this year. I mean, the kid has a great story, but the injury obviously held him out. And I love Jaylen Waddle. Fast as hell, got that twitch. He's just literally, he's got it all. He's not just fast. And, we've talked about these guys over and over again. And now they're more of a reality at 12. But it's also that range where it's like, I don't know. You don't know if the Giants, I have no idea who could take one of these guys. But you see a couple linemen here. Maybe the Eagles, we talk about we do need to put an emphasis on the line. I see Rashawn Slater, as a lot of people do, more of an inside guy with the, shorter arms. But look, I just think that I would not focus on offensive line first. Christian Darsaw, another one, but that's not where I'm going. But I threw him up there just because there are possibilities. And then, of course, Mac Jones, another Alabama guy down there at the bottom. I'll be real with you. I don't think the Eagles should go with Mac Jones, but you heard the chatter about him. You heard, oh, my God, he's so great. No, I think we need to focus on what Jalen Hurts can be. And if he's not, whatever it is, then you go elsewhere. But right now, I think this needs to be Jalen Hurts' team. Whatever you heard about, Zach Wilson, blah, blah, blah. From what I heard, they thought Jamar Chase would be gone, so that's why they moved out. But who knows what to believe. We'll see what the Eagles do, though, man. Could have 75, and now he can miss on 73. It's very true, man. I'm trying to be positive here, but, it's all very possible. Trade pick. Yeah. I saw something about Rager moving his slot. No, he's not. I actually check out my Twitter. I posted what was actually said. They just said that he would be playing some slot, and it was just in the middle of a conversation of what a normal Z receiver does. Sometimes he's in motion, moves in, and he's in slot. He will play some slot as he did last year. So nothing out of the ordinary. He's not moving to slot receiver, though. So that was just some misreporting by people. But, yeah, go ahead and check out my Twitter at OTR2, the number to victory. But yeah, that was just something. He's going to move around, but he's a Z receiver, man, and I can't wait to see what Nick Sirianni does. Just like they were talking about on the show. I think check out the Inside the Birds. It was with Jeff Mosher and Adam Kaplan that was talking about it. So check it out. I was making sure people weren't putting a bad name to the name Jimmy, because some of those guys are putting bad info out there, and you know me, I like to get the truth out there. Think Smith's going to fall? I think it's a possibility, man. That's why I threw him up there, dude. I think that it's always a possibility that something crazy could happen in the draft. And with the Eagles, crazy is always possible. But, Jaylen Waddle, even if he's the other guy that's still there, I'm down with that too. And, I mean, we'll see who's available. But I'm down with making the offense and defense better. So I just wanted to kind of, see what your guys' thoughts were. James here, that was misquoted. Kaplan said it'll be Z, but yeah, exactly. Check out my Twitter. I put the actual video and the quote there, so you can see what was actually said. Yep. So how he blows his draft, yeah, man, we can all hope so, but we know Jeffrey loves him. So defense at 12, but if we got Smith or Waddle, I wouldn't be mad either. And that's where my head's at, Traver. And I'm just excited talking about this because it's like, look, there is actually some really talented players in this draft, and we've been talking about it. And we were really excited because we were at 6, because we thought, oh my God, if possibly Jamar Chase could be there, or Kyle Pitts, because quarterbacks could be the first 4 picks, maybe. And it's like, now that's not possible. So I understand people are upset, but dude, you can still get someone like Devonta Smith, who is really freaking good. So I'd be okay with that. So I'm okay with Devonta Smith. If he's the pick, hell yeah. If Jaylen Waddle's the pick, hell yeah. So those 2 on that list would be the 2 offensive guys I'd be okay with. And then on defense, I mentioned a couple names that I'd actually be okay with over there, but Jaycee Horn would definitely be my top guy that I would like. Any of these running backs stand out? Yeah, both of the North Carolina running backs, Carter and Williams. I think that you could add one of those guys with Miles Sanders. I think that Nick Sirianni is going to run the ball. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but I think that's what's going to happen here. We're going to actually run the ball, and with a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, he's a dual threat quarterback, yes, but you allow him to do so many things, and you open up your playbook when you establish the run. And if you're a running team, then that allows them to be better. I think Nick Sirianni is going to play to Jalen Hurts' strengths, and the rest of the team use Miles Sanders. You get another running back to add with them. I can't preach it enough, you guys that watch the show. And no, I mean, I talk about getting run the ball tattooed on my head because during the games, I get sick and tired of saying it. And I think we're going to have a coach that actually runs the ball. I'm excited about it, but it's not just like, oh, we're only going to run the ball. Like, I'm excited to see what he does with Reagor. All these things are going to open up, and I think he'll actually run the ball with Reagor too. So that gets me excited. So there's going to be a lot of, I think it's going to be more of a fun team. I think even if this team doesn't win a lot of games, we're going to come out, we're not going to expect the same thing week in and week out. Like, oh, we're just getting our ass kicked. We're not, it's like, and we even, to please everyone, man, we got new trainers. We got all kinds, everybody's new, man. So it's like, we're trying to get away from the injuries. Maybe the way we practiced was it. Cause it's like, how could we have been getting that hurt for that many years, man? It was ridiculous. Even the year we won the Super Bowl, man, we were all banged up. So it's like, I'm ready for change. So I'm just ready for this excitement, the change, the new. And I don't know what's coming, man. I don't know if this team is going to win a lot of games, but I'm trying to be excited for them. There are a lot of young guys, a young coaching staff, and maybe they're the next great thing. And maybe Jalen Hurts is the next great quarterback, but I know that they're Eagles. So I'm going to be 100% behind them because, well, that's my coach. That's my quarterback. And until otherwise, until they draft someone or whatever, man, that's just how I'm riding right now. And I'm trying to get excited because it's been rough the past few years. Let's be real here. Don't want Eagles to go offense or defensive line in the first. Draft philosophy needs to change. Well, that's always a possibility. So that's why I threw up a couple of guys like that. And, maybe a Greg Rousseau's up there. But I think maybe, if you go corner, maybe you go, if Jalen Phillips is available at 37, how do you pass on that? But it's like, if you go corner in the first, do you, like, what if Nick Bolton or Zaven Collins? Like, do you think that way? I don't know, but you've got 4 picks in the top 84, and I could literally, I could happily pick 4 people out of like a top 120 that I would be happy with. So yes, like, please, Howie, like, it's on you, man. It's all on you, dude. And we all know that. So it's just like, like, I know we can sit here, but this is just for us, man. We're trying to have some fun, talk about it. I know very damn well as you do that how we could blow this whole damn thing up, trade the first round, second round for 74 picks in the next 10 years. I know. Because you guys know every year we talk about the draft and it's like, oh, you get excited about so many players that are now like already Pro Bowlers. You're like, well, if Howie could have just, well, it is what it is. I try not to live in the past. So just looking forward to these next 11 picks in the future. Get an extra pick next year and also possibly have a first from the Colts. We could see a lot of positions that don't get quite addressed. Well, yeah, man, you could have 3 first-round picks next year. That's pretty damn awesome. So I know it's Howie. Once again, you always have to come back to that. People always want to remind you that. But it's like, look, dude, I know. But you hope that Andy Weidel has some say. You hope that Howie maybe learned something. I don't know, man. Maybe they have some people that he's going to listen to. He's going to make the right pick. We can be hopeful. We can just be hopeful that is what happens. And, yeah, we acquired more picks. That's a good move. We talked about it being a possibility on draft day, but it happened a month before the draft. So here we are. And the show last night, I talked all about the fact that we could trade again. And whether that's, trading that 12th pick back or forward, or trading that 37th pick and trying to get back into the first round. So I think first round trades are still on the table for Howie Roseman and the Eagles. He's always wheeling and dealing. So you never know, man. What prospects do I like in the second? Well, I've talked about a few of those guys, and we're going to have a show, talking about some of the later rounds. But as I've mentioned, if some of these guys fall, who I don't necessarily see a guy that you pick at 12, but I am going to pray that they fall to 37. But being at 37, that's a great pick to have, man. And we talk about having some of those really good picks. You have 11 picks. It doesn't mean that Howie can't trade more picks, move back into the first, second, third, whatever he wants to do. He's got some ammo now. And Zach Ertz is still on the table. So you've got a lot of moves that can still be made. And I'm excited to see what happens, man. I know that it could go down very badly. I do know that. But I'm trying to hope it doesn't. I just really want to get excited for once. Like, oh my God, we got good effing players. Like, I want to make a video where I'm like, yes, Howie, you didn't completely fail us, but you already did it by trading out of the 6, I feel, half the time. But look, we got a first rounder next year. Like you said, you moved up 33 picks. You got a 4th rounder. We talked about not having a 4th round pick because you traded for Jannard Avery. Now you have one. You moved up 33 damn picks when you traded with the Dolphins. So, I'm trying to look at the positives here. Trying to look at the positives. Hopefully the injuries will start. So yeah, exactly. That's what you hope for with the new coaching staff, medical staff, all new young players. That's all. We just hoping for change, man. That's what I'm excited about. If he trade back into the first, that'd be great. Try to load up as much as we can. We can get a receiver at 12 in the corner. Look, he could trade like a couple of weeks from now. What if he trades back to like 15 and then, acquires like another 3rd round pick, whatever the hell he does. And then all of a sudden he uses those extra picks he has, and then he moves back up in the first. I mean, anything is possible, and I'm not trying to sit here like it's Madden, like, oh, yeah, we're going to trade this guy, and then that guy's going to trade, and then this guy. But the fact that Howie Roseman was already on the phones wheeling and dealing like this shows you that they are ready to do a lot. And a lot of that is gaining more draft picks, which we talked about. But it's not necessarily out of the water that he, packages a couple up during draft day. If there's someone they really like, you never know what to expect, Hey, man. Hey, I just appreciate you tuning in. You can always go back, check it out. Always, comment on whatever. We were just taking a look at the offense and the defense. I can pop this bad boy. I'll show the picture. Here was the offense. Just some of the guys that could possibly be there. And I know a lot of these, the bottom 3 are not pretty. People do not want to see that. And I definitely don't want to see Mac Jones myself. I want to see Jalen Hurts. But Jaylen Waddle, Devonta Smith on offense, yeah, I would be okay with either one of them. My man Alexis tuning in as well. What's going on, gentlemen? I hope you guys are all having a great night. I appreciate you all tuning in with the questions and the comments. But yeah, Waddle, Alexis says here, and I'll show you the defense here. Yeah, I'm okay with Waddle and Devonta Smith, as I said, if they, depending on who's there. But defense, these are some of the names I talked about. And you never know with the Eagles, they could try to go edge rusher like Rousseau. And like I said, we could trade out of this pick. So I don't know, but I would go with Jaycee Horn. I know a lot of people love Micah Parsons. I do myself as well. But those off the field issues, not so sure I want that for a young team right now. And look, I'm somebody that loves second chances, not trying to judge the dude. I just feel, and secondly, I talked about it earlier in the video. I don't feel he is that nickel linebacker that covers people that you need. We have the other linebackers, the 4-3 linebackers that come in, can tackle. And look, I think that the Eagles, we all know, don't put an emphasis on linebacker. So I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here. I'm just saying I don't think Micah Parsons is the guy for us. I think Jaycee Horn, we have to get an outside damn corner. I grew up watching, and look, let's be real. When I was a kid, I watched Eric Allen, Mark McMillan. I mean, I was spoiled, dude. Spoiled. And then you had Troy Vincent. My God, Bobby Taylor. Al Harris was here. Then it went Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown. I mean, Asante Samuel. Didn't have to worry about corners. And now it's just been the barren wasteland. We tried. Nnamdi Asomugha, dear God, help us all. We've seen what we've dealt with. But when we won the Super Bowl with Mills and Darby, I don't even know. We all sold our souls to the devil, as we can see the last few years. Yeah, I'm just hopeful that we get a corner to pair with Slay, because that's a really good corner. He had a down year. We talked about that earlier in the video, and I just think adding to that defense would be a good move. But we'll see. How about Caleb Farley? I like Caleb Farley. Fact of the matter is, though, he has an injury history, and now he's getting that back surgery. So we'll see, man. I really think that he was a top prospect, and I really like him as a corner. Maybe he falls, but I don't know. Do we want to play the Sidney Jones game again? Do we really? Do we? I don't think so. Elbow smash, worst division. Yes, we were the worst division in football. It really was bad, and it was a complete crap show. But I think a lot of these teams, if you look at them, a lot of these teams dealt with injuries, and that's how Washington was able to pull it off, because I really thought last year it was going to be a battle. I thought, the Cowboys, obviously they lost Dak Prescott, Giants lost Saquon Barkley, and even Daniel Jones, and he was progressing, whatever you want to say about him. But I think that this division, is actually going to be a little bit better this year. And I think Washington got better too. Obviously, adding Curtis Samuel with Terry McLaurin is pretty scary, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, 38. I know he beats up on the Eagles, but I'm not that scared of him. But this division, I had a whole video about that too, who I thought the most improved in the division was. And, man, there's you're a Giants fan, though. Well, hey, look, I talked about the Giants. They added Kenny Galladay. Added a lot of people, that I thought really improved them. And some people thought that the Giants were the most improved. And I thought they were definitely up there. But I thought in the end, Washington had more. Hold on, I'll move your comment here real quick. But yeah, I mean, Adoree Jackson, a lot of Eagles fans wanted him. Adding to that offense, holy hell, Galladay, John Ross, Kyle Rudolph, and then even Booker being behind Saquon Barkley is a good addition. So definitely made some good moves there. But I think Washington here, adding Curtis Samuel and then William Jackson, dude, replacing Ronald Darby with William Jackson. That's a great move by them, keeping Scherf and their kicker even. So, hey, look, this division was pretty damn bad, but I think teams are going to progress. I don't know. The Eagles might take a little more time. Let's be real here. But, yeah, we're young, and we'll see. But I hope that they don't embarrass the rest of us like they have. The NFC is definitely not been very good. When gamble on Parsons, yeah, I know, man. I hear you. He's pretty good, but I'm just not sure that's the linebacker we need, or if the Eagles would have done that. Would have loved Queen. Yeah, Patrick Queen was awesome, dude. We all talked about that. And, look, he's doing good things, but the Eagles, like I just said, don't put an emphasis on linebacker. And you know it. I'm preaching to the choir, man. Only worry is Dallas takes who we want. I feel like they still want trying. And yeah, that's what we talked about on the 4th and John show. Prime was talking. I mean, that's the biggest concern. You got the Giants and the Cowboys in front of you. It's like, it's going to be hard to watch. It's like, I swear to God, like, if we go quarterback, yeah, exactly. Smith or Waddle. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Kwity Paye, that's somebody, we talked about that. Kwity Paye, Greg Rousseau the other day. Some of the names I threw up there. We had a bigger list the other day. I think I still have it. But there were so many names, guys, that we could talk about. Let's be real. Here it is. But you see Kwity Paye front and center, Caleb Farley on there, whoever, your heart desires. We're talking about them, and there's a lot of talented guys in this draft. And that's what, I'm not saying it makes it more fun. Like, oh, there's more names to look at now, because there is, but it's like, now you're not looking at Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts. So yes, it's all very upsetting to all of us. So with you guys, I know. Let's get back to this year. Asante Samuel Jr. Yeah, we talked about him. Not sure if I want him so much in the second round. Maybe if he falls in the third, I don't know. But he is, like I said, he does tackle unlike his father. So I loved his dad. We'll see though, man. I like him though. Washington got a weapon in Jackson's upgrade over Darby. Yeah. Look, Washington definitely got better. So we'll see, man. But I'm hoping the Eagles get much improved too, because we were a complete crap show. So it's not that hard to improve in that, right? So let's hope we do. I think this division is highly improved. Yeah, and I think all the teams have. And, we got to keep up. So, Howie, don't mess this draft up, man. Don't mess this. Saw some mock drafts. I'm going to get Kyle Pitts and try. That's funny. If Kyle Pitts falls to 12, wow. I will have to question what the NFL GMs are doing, and I'll have to start sending my resume out. I wouldn't want to work for any of the other teams, but I mean, you never know, but I don't think he falls that far. And if he does, if he would for some unforeseen God, I don't know how that would ever happen. But if he would, yeah, the Eagles would have to take him right away. I don't even think it'd be like the Eagles have 3. Oh, the pick is in. All right, Kyle Pitts, you're good. That would have to. It would. Or I'm kicking Howie Roseman's ass myself. So that would have to be the pick. But I just do not see that happening. I'm gonna be real with you. Dally already got us from Goddard. They pick Lamb. Yeah, exactly. But we're always trying to get each other. Come on, Alexis. We hate each other. Dallas sucks. We all know that. Come on, we know that. Everyone knows the Cowboys suck. So, Alexis, we're always going to be trying to get each other, and it's going to suck with them in front of us, but we'll see what they do. I have a feeling, yeah, and that's the chatter around the world. You hear Horn or Surtain, they're looking at corner. They suck. They lost to Uzier, so big loss for them. Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking for corner. Not sure if that's in the first round for them, but they've got a lot of weapons on offense, and they definitely need help on that offensive line, so maybe they don't go corner, but I would love to have Jaycee Horn. So if they take him, you'll see me pissed off. You will. Yes, you will. We need playmakers on both sides of the ball. Can get high on secondary talent. Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited to see what Jonathan Gannon does, especially with his work with defensive backs. So the fact that, we got guys that I'm excited about, look, I'm not saying that these guys are the best ever. Like, oh, they're so good. Like, I have no idea. Just as much as you guys. So it's like, we just got to be hopeful, man. So whoever we get, and like I said, I'll take, and I love who you guys said, and I love who we talked about, but I think that, we have a lot of good options. And I think Jaycee Horn, that's who I would take. But if you take Devonta Smith too, like if he's there, oh my God, I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, well, either one, because I'm just going to have to come to peace because I don't want to be pissed off during this draft. I really don't. And we talked about it. More importantly is what he does after the first round. Obviously, the first round pick is very, 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 very important, especially after the fact that you just traded back to 12. But you have 11 picks. You have a big chance to improve this team with a lot of young talent. So do it. Wouldn't mind getting the second best linebacker in the draft. Our pick, Jackson, right? Don't remember his name. There's a lot of good linebackers, but I think if I'm going, look, I'm taking the ones I mentioned, JOK, Jeremiah Wosu Karma, or probably butcher that. And then, Micah Parsons obviously is I like him, but if I'm going to the second, I'm taking Nick Bolton, Zaven Collins. Those are the guys that I would love to see us try to get. So where's that? We have the Giants out. Yep. We talked about that a bunch tonight. If Pitts falls to 10th dust, yeah, they would probably take him. Of course, they'd love to have a tight end. That would be scary as hell. I don't think he drops there, but if he would, they would probably take him. So please, for the love of God, don't do that. Panthers, maybe somebody good. But maybe, like I said, maybe the Eagles make a move. Maybe he falls somewhere and we're like, all right, let's move. Or Jamar Chase. I have no idea, man. You never know. Denver, Dallas, Falcons all need to go. Yeah, well, there's a lot of teams that need cornerbacks. There's a lot of teams that need a lot of things. So that's what makes the draft fun, because you can see as many mock drafts as people make and whatever the hell they want to say, they have no idea what's going to happen. It's hard to really pinpoint what the team's going to do because you have no idea who the other teams are going to pick. So it's fun to try to figure it out, and that's why I love talking about it with you guys. But I think if those were the guys, that we mentioned are available, and if not, you see who the fallout is and what we could do. And if not, maybe, like I said, the Eagles trade back, acquire more draft capital, which is the name of the game here. I think I'm not trying to be the 76ers and just get more picks. Like, oh, yeah, this is great. Because you got to actually pick good players. So there's a fine line. You got to get the picks, but you got to, build the team up with a lot of young talent, man. So Excited for this team. Hope you guys are all having a great week. Guess it's old hump day, isn't it? So, woo! Happy hump day. If you guys need anything, reach out to me. You want to talk more about some of these prospects, you can definitely do it. Got one more here, 5 quarterbacks, and at least 2 O-line are going to pick a top line. Yeah, man, there's going to be lots of talented players, and we talked about that all throughout the show, man. There's going to be so much talent, and I can't wait to see who we get, man. I'm still excited for this team. Still excited for Jalen Hurts. Still excited to see Nick Sirianni as the head coach. So let's try to get behind our birds. Hope that Howie Roseman gets this draft right and Andy Weidel. And, maybe we aren't as bad as most people are saying. So reach out if you need anything, whether it be about the birds. Life doesn't matter, man. Always happy to talk to you guys. Appreciate those who do reach out. But have yourselves a great night. I will be back tomorrow. And as always, go!